Just to repeat that, now we're recording. Hello, Charlotte, Phoebe, Poppy, and Sophie. Thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. So let's have a look at what we're looking at. Oh, and Henry's just joined us. Hello, Henry. Before we get going on today's lesson, I just want to ask Angus, Dan, Lucy, Laura, and Douglas, please, to try and make sure they can log in successfully onto Dr. Frost's Maths. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, just let me know and I will help you. I'm not going to be cross, but I'm just keen that you are comfortable with doing that. There's a little exercise there for you to do. So there's a homework waiting for you. I'm particularly comfortable to do that because after today's lesson, the next revision exercise I want to do, I've gone and popped together 40 questions of stuff we did in the first term on Dr. Frost. And that's going to be what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. And then you're also going to be carrying on with that on Thursday, because I'm in school with my third form on Thursday morning, so I won't be around for the live lesson. So I want you to be working on something that you can just keep going with, during the maths lesson when I'm not here. So Angus, Dan, Lucy, Laura, and Douglas, please can you make sure that you can log on to Dr. Frost's Maths successfully, and if you could just have a quick go at those questions, that would be super. Okay, the most important thing is that you're comfortable logging on, because we're going to be doing this big beast of a exercise and 40 questions for the rest of the week after today. So today's lesson, and it's a revision lesson again, we're going to be looking how through estimating we're able to estimate complex calculations, just to give us a ballpark figure of what the answers are. So this is going to be very much building upon the work we did last lesson on one standard figure. Okay, so in short, you've got to get two things into your mind. When you get one of these questions, step one, every single number in the calculation, you round to one significant figure. Now remember what that means. It means that you're only allowed to have one digit which is not a zero. You can have many zeros as you need, but you're only allowed one digit that is not a zero. Now, once you've gone and made every single number in the calculation one significant figure, you've rounded to one significant figure, you then use those rounded numbers just to do the calculation itself. Okay, so this should be quite a straightforward one for you. And by definition, it's supposed to be quick, because the whole idea is you're estimating just to get a very quick ballpark figure. So let me talk you through some of these. So by rounding to one significant figure, estimate the following. So 22.4 is 20 to one significant figure. 49.8 is 50. So there's my step one. I've gone and changed each of those numbers. I've rounded each of them to one significant figure. Step two, I now just do the maths. So 2 5s are 10, and then add on the other two zeros. So your final answer is simply going to be 1,000. Here's one like question 7. So step one, each of those numbers has to be rounded to one significant figure. So 142.75 rounds to 100. 9.56 rounds to 10. And 10 times 100 is just 1,000 again. Final answer. Okay, now if you're going to get any of them wrong, I bet you it will be one like this, and it will all be to do with rounding that first number. What is 0.48 to one significant figure? It's not 0, it's not 1. You know, if you got 48% in a test and then went home and said to your parents, oh, I got 100% in a test, that's not really rounding, is it? That's sort of kind of like doubling it. So what is 0.48 to one significant figure? That is 0.5. So that's probably the trickiest thing of all these questions. Now, the second one's fine. 1,594.3 rounds to 2,000. Now, what is half of 2,000? Well, that's 1,000 again, as it happens. So just be very careful. Around question 8, you're going to get something that, just be careful, 0.48 rounds to 0.5. 0.36 would round to 0.4. Okay, just make sure these small numbers, you're not tempted to round them to 0 or 1. Okay, now question 9 and 10 look a bit more complicated, but they're fine. Same principle applies. Start off by rounding everything to one significant figure. So 9.9 becomes 10, 285 becomes 300, 18.6 becomes 20, and 3.3 becomes 3. Note again how everything is just got one digit, which is not a 0. Then do the maths. Start off with the numerator. 10 times 300 is 3,000, and 20 times 3 is 60. Now, remember when you've got, you're doing divisions and you've got noughts on the end, we can choose to divide top and bottom by 10, which has the effect of just knocking off one of the zeros. So we're left with 300 being divided by 6. Now you just need to do that as a side working. So short multiplication, 300 being divided by 6. 6 into 3 doesn't go. 6 into 30 is 5. Then the naught on the end. So your final answer is 5. So with all of these, please try to resist using a calculator. And then finally, question 10. Same approach. 174 becomes 200. 23.46 is 20. 162.9 is 200. And 10.73 is 10. Now, it may be that you spot you can cancel these 200s. And then it's just 20 divided by 10, which is 2. But if you didn't spot that, no problem. 2 times 2 is 4, and then add the 3 noughts. And 200 times 10 is 2,000. 4,000 divided by 2,000 is 2. So hopefully first form, you'll find this quite quick. That's the whole point of estimating, is giving you a really quick ballpark figure. Okay, just to recap, please, if you are Angus, Dan, Lucy, Laura or Douglas, once you've finished this quick Hegarty, please go and make sure you go and do that Dr. Frost maths work. And if you're not sure how to do it, please let me know. Henry, I sent a message this morning. Well done on being able to log in. If you just want a bit of a hand trying to figure out how to get a few more right, you just let me know. Okay, guys, that's it. Good luck. As always, I will be keeping an eye out on how you're getting on Teams and transferring your marks across. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.